Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome, guys.
I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Claudia.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And today we have Dax filling in for Gary. Hi, Dax.
Hi, girls. How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
Thank you
Good.
for joining us, Dax. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy to help today.
Gary left us high and dry for a couple episodes, so you're
Yeah.
the man of the hour.
Yeah.
Well, here I am to join in and give some constructive insight and
Criticism and all of it.
Yeah.
I think he'll like our topic then.
Honestly,
Mhm.
I
What are we
think so
discussing?
too. Oh, well, Lynnie, what are we discussing?
Why is everyone suddenly talking about narcissists?
You think I like it because you think I'm a narcissist? Or should I go on?
No, I just because
It's an interesting topic.
it's interesting to
Yeah.
hear, especially what men have to say about it, because I feel like all you see on social media is everybody thinks they know a narcissist. Everybody thinks their last 5 exes in a row were narcissists. When, like, what is the statistic? Like, only like 2% of the world or something is actually narcissist, but somehow all our friends have dated all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, right? I know.
I think I looked that up. I think it is like 2 or 3% of people have diagnosed narcissism.
But yet all of our friends' exes are somehow narcissists.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah,
He's a
everybody's a
narcissist.
narcissist.
Yeah.
So we need to break down the nitty-gritty of narcissism because are we all dating narcissists or what is the situation? Why are we all talking about them?
I think people are just finding the wrong people and they're looking for a word when it doesn't work out. But
Because like statistically, like an actual narcissist, like there's like very specific traits. It's not just somebody that's like a liar. Or like everybody's like, oh, he's a sociopath. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're using these like grand words when the person is just probably an asshole.
Isn't there a book?
Exactly.
There's a book we can look like where they have the actual words for different, things. DSM something. I mean, they go through this where you can actually break down
Dax,
what a
can you look up
narcissist
on your phone and tell us like the actual definition of a narcissist so we're not making things up, because I know the keyboard warriors
I
here
like what
will.
you said. Are they just mixing up with someone that's an asshole?
Yeah. And I mean, but what are you going to say about your exes? Like the reason they're exes is because obviously something had to go wrong at some point, but that doesn't make them
Yeah.
a clinical narcissist. I mean, some of these stories I hear from my girlfriends, I'm like, okay, that's a little messed up, but I don't know if him sleeping with your best friend makes him a narcissist.
Not quite.
He's just a cheater.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not a
Mhm.
narcissist. So what's the definition?
So DSM-5 was what I was referring to. And in DSM-5, narcissism is referred to as the foundational trait behind the narcissistic personality disorder, also known as NPD. It is characterized by a pervasive, inflexible pattern of grandiosity and an excessive need for admiration and a profound lack of empathy, which begins by early adulthood. And it further breaks it down. Basically, a person characterized by an excessive interest in themselves, an extreme need for admiration, and a fundamental lack of empathy for others. While everyone can display selfish traits, a true narcissist consistently exploits relationships, feels entitled to special treatment, and harbors a grandiose sense of superiority.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The lack of empathy thing's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people with a lack of empathy, but I don't think they're narcissistic necessarily. Have you ever dated like a true narcissist that like you actually think is like a narcissist?
No, I have not actually.
I don't think I don't even know anybody
know?
like that.
No. That's why I think it's not. Everyone makes it sound like it's so common.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Every single girlfriend I know, her last ex is a narcissist.
Mhm.
And I just think they're toxic.
Toxic. Yes.
I think toxic is the word.
assholes.
Yeah, and but you know, all of a sudden with the power of social media, we're all experts now on
Yeah.
diseases and peptides and injections and this and you know, psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists. Like, I think people need to like just
I think people see the reels that come up because
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
over social media and they think, oh, yes, you know.
Well, a 15-second reel, I don't think is a good indication of, you know, making
Yeah.
somebody clinically anything.
I've met narcissists.
Are we talking about the same person? Tall?
We might know the same person. Yeah, we might have come up in our social circles, but
Tall and does internet things?
yeah.
Okay.
When I read into this more here, excessive need for admiration, they constantly create validation and praise, and they become easily upset or angered by criticism. And grandiose self-importance, they exaggerate their achievements and expect to be recognized as superior. And it's funny because if we're talking about the same person, this person did an Ironman, and he told everyone he did multiple Ironmans. And I actually looked up his finishing time because I was curious, and he barely made the cutoff by like minutes. He didn't set the world record. He barely. They were closing up and cleaning things up, and he's still finishing. But he told the whole world about him being an Ironman. And I mean, I'm not an Ironman, so obviously it's a big deal. But he needed all this praise for what he did. It's like, my guy, you barely finished the thing.
And the
Mm.
empathetic part, I think that's like separates like when you see like real narcissistic traits, like something bad could happen to you. And if that person's telling you a story about themselves, that story's still more important
Mhm.
than like, what you're discussing. Like I
Yeah.
could be like, my grandma died, and they could be like, well, my grandma did too, but hers was much worse of a death than your grandma. And it's like,
Yeah.
do you have any sense of empathy or like,
They take it away from you and make it
yes,
about
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I've never met like I've never dated like a true narcissist though. Have you dated, Dax, any true narcissists?
Dated? No, and I would have to look up this statistic, but I feel like narcissism probably carries more to men than women.
You think so?
I think that might be a little bit of a generalization, but I would assume that's the case. Because women are naturally more nurturing, right? They wouldn't have the traits that a narcissist would or should have. I
What do you
mean, I
think
don't know.
about
What do you
that?
guys say?
I feel like I do feel like I have a few friends that kinda seem a little narcissistic a little bit.
Narcissistic that have the traits.
Yeah, and then maybe not all of them, but yeah.
So actually, here we go. Yes, men are more likely to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and score higher on average for narcissistic traits, particularly grandiose narcissism. However, experts often emphasize that narcissism manifests very differently depending on the gender, which often leads to female narcissists going undiagnosed or even misdiagnosed.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well then, but I feel like a man would just say a woman's a bitch, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't think a man would walk around saying she's narcissistic. I think he'd just say she's, a B word or a C word, and
Mhm.
we'll call it a day. But women, we are so quick to like have like a diagnosis
Yeah.
ready for somebody because they did a couple like weird things.
Mhm.
I really wish we could get like, if you're watching this, maybe we could circle back to this. If you're a narcissist, maybe we could get an actual narcissist.
Do people admit it when they
I
are,
was
though?
just
I
gonna
don't think
ask
they
You
do.
that.
know?
Do
Yeah.
they
I don't think
know?
they know.
I don't Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you ever watch that show? It's like it always pops up on Facebook for me. It's called like Soft White Underbelly or something, and they have like the homeless people interviewed or like the drug addicts,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
they do like these
Yeah.
really beautiful interviews with them. There was one time like somebody came on as like a true sociopath, and he said he's like, I'm a
He owned it.
diagnosed, yeah,
Yeah.
like he's like, I am a sociopath, and like the interview was so like crazy because like they were showing like even behind the scenes parts where he was like going off on like the set people because the lighting wasn't perfect, and it's like the behind the scenes showed more than like the interview did with them because he was so like loony, like for real.
Yeah.
So we need to get a real narcissist on here.
Well, it's
Yeah, if you're
interesting here.
watching and if you're a narcissist, we'd love to talk to
Or
you.
like leave us a comment and tell
Yeah.
us like why you're like narcissistic and can you knock it off.
Yeah.
In this, it says male narcissists tend to be more grandiose and overt, but female narcissists are considered more vulnerable and covert.
Vulnerable?
So,
Mm.
women are more likely to exhibit vulnerable or covert narcissism characterized by insecurity, emotional sensitivity, and passive aggressive behavior, such as silent treatment, guilt tripping, or even sabotage. Because these traits overlap with femininity, female narcissists are frequently misdiagnosed with conditions like borderline personality disorder.
Interesting.
So I think this goes into a whole conversation of when you use the word narcissism, like this is actually a disorder, like a clinical disorder, and people throw this word around like it's, you know, they're a brunette.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
But I think that's the topic here. It's like, why does everybody online these days read one thing and they think they're an expert in the field?
I think people just want attention. Oh, you dated a narcissist. You poor thing. You must be so broken. Let me help you. I think it's an attention thing.
Mhm.
Because statistically, they're not dating narcissists. They're just dating
Jerks.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Or are they just not taking accountability in what they contributed negatively to the relationship and putting the blame on somebody else? So it's easier to say, well, I was with a narcissist.
That's what a narcissist does.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yep.
Good point.
So it's like the pot calling the kettle black, but it's
Yeah.
like if you can't accept blame, that's literally what a narcissist would do.
What's that expression? His side, her side, and the truth?
And the truth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Three
true.
sides?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you
Wow.
psychology experts.
Yeah.
There's 3 sides to every story. All right, well, thank you, Dax,
Yeah, thank you.
for
I'm happy to help. I hope you guys don't think I'm a narcissist.
No, and now
We
I'm
don't think
now
you're
I'm going to be
narcissist
looking
at
for
all.
traits. Yeah. You have made this all about yourself today.
Have I? Oh, no. I won't be asked back.
We'll give you a call back. Well, thanks
All
for
right.
joining us, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.